gentlemen.
Good evening.
Okay. So just like how Toastmasters and Sergeant at Arms set some ground rules for today's meeting, can we have a few ground rules for our session? Yeah. Yes. Mr. President, what does she want us to do? Yes, sir?
Yes.
Yes, all right. So I want this session to be highly engaging, very interactive. It's a small group, so please be invested. Yes? So as and when you feel like you can interrupt me, ask me your questions, share your experience, but let's just be engaged in the session. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So we are all asked to present, right? It could be a story, a speech, a presentation within Toastmasters, outside of Toastmasters. We're asked to present. See, nobody joins Toastmaster to become a better Toastmaster. We acquire certain skills here and then implement it in our real life. Okay, so let's not confine ourselves to just Toastmasters. So we're not asked to present stories, technical presentations, speeches, formal settings, informal settings. Now, what is the first thing we will do when we are asked to present?
Story.
You can say story, but what is the first thing that you do? You will prepare a story. Okay, that's the content. Anything before that? Yes. Research what? The content, again content. Yes, Carol.
The topic.
The topic, content. Any other answers? Karan is thinking very intensely. What is this talking? Yes. What is the first thing you do? I'll ask Anirudh, please come and present. What is the first thing you will do?
I guess who are the audience?
Who is the audience? Know your audience. The very first step when you are going to prepare a speech or a presentation, who is the audience? For example, Anirudh is going to deliver this speech in his contest, a Toastmasters contest. Right? That is going to be a little more formal, he's going to be a little more dressed up. Contest, he wants to win the contest. Maybe he's not going to be so casual in front of his CEO. Right? So that's why it's so important for us to know our audience. Now I belong to this place called Chikbalapur. Have you heard of that place? Yes? So it's a town somewhere near the Andhra Karnataka border. Now if I go to Chikbalapur and to a government aided school and I start speaking as eloquently as Shashi Tharoor, will I be able to connect with the audience?
No.
Carolyn is chuckling. Yes. Will I be able to connect with the audience? No, Anil. Why?
Because you need to come to that level.
Yes. Because I'm using butterfly language for caterpillar people. I'm not able to cement with the audience. So this is a humorous speech. So he was able to connect with us. An ISA speech, maybe he'd want to cut down on the humor, right, and the exaggeration. So that's why it's so important for us to know our audience so that we can cater to them better. Right? I'm from Garden City, people are more formal. Speakers there was a more informal setting. Yes, when you are with your bunch of friends, you can be informal. When you're in front of your CEO, you have to be your most formal self, your most presentable self. Now, if I got a bunch of engineering students and talk about oncology, it's going to go over their head. Yes. Now, a topic like, let's say, financial literacy. Sir spoke a lot today. Now, if I go to a bunch of second standard students and I talk about financial literacy, will I be able to connect with them? No. But I think we should catch children young, right? Like Sir is educating us today. Don't you think? So what will I do? I'll pick up the same topic. The jargons that I'm going to employ, the examples that I'm going to substantiate my idea with is going to be different. So that even a second standard student can understand. I'll give you 20 rupees, please save 10 rupees, 5 rupees you can spend, invest 5 rupees. Yes? Makes sense. That's why it's important for us to know our audience so that we can cater to them better. Okay, so every time I go to colleges, I'm a little scared because I know some people are just having an off day and I don't know how they might just be hostile to me. So I'm always scared. So that's why it's important for us to know our audience. So we're better prepared. Once you are aware of your audience, what is the next step?
You need to know how much time you have.
Time. Before that, content. Know your topic. Know your audience and then know your topic. Okay? At the end of my 20 minutes TEDx speech or at the end of my presentation, what is it that I want to tell my audience? Right? What is it that I want my audience to know? That's the theme of your speech or your presentation, your technical presentation. I want my manager to know this much amount I want to be allocated for my project. Why you are asking for excess money is a 20-minute speech. Know your topic. Okay? Always begin with the end in mind. I live in Alsur. I had to come here to RT Nagar. So I had to book an auto to RT Nagar. I can't sit in the auto and decide. they are going to throw me out. You know how unruly Bangalore is, right? So therefore, know your objective. Don't waver. One speech, one message only. Don't cloud your speech with too many messages. The effectiveness of that message will be diluted. It confuses the audience. There was one, I was in a division contest and I was a contestant, and the test speaker, she spoke about hope, power of belief, trust, love. It was a good speech, but it had too many themes which confused me. Okay, so one speech, one message only. This is about your topic. Know your topic. Do not waver. Know your audience. Know your topic. Then what is the next step? You know your audience. You know what you're going to talk about. Then structure. Every speech, every presentation, every story, your day-to-day telephonic conversations, your emails need to have a structure. And we've all been employing this either consciously or unconsciously. Okay, opening, body, conclusion. Even your emails, right? I hope this email finds you in good health. Then the matter. Then looking forward to your response. Regards, Sona. Hi, hello, how are you? You talk about the matter. Then say, it's nice talking to you, have a good day. Then you hang up. It needs to have a structure. Okay, so this reminds me of one of my uncles. Okay? I have an uncle and his name is Ramesh. Now Ramesh uncle calls me very often, almost every day. And he speaks to me for a minimum of 45 minutes. A minimum. And even at the end of 45 minutes, I have no idea what this man is trying to convey. Do you all have such people in your lives? Yeah. So much, yeah. Okay. And he's my uncle. I can't do anything. Yes, Caroline.
Sometimes we are such people.
I wanted to ask, for those who did not agree, are you the person who does that? Are you the person? Lucky you have such people who listen to you, okay? My uncle is a pain, what can I do? Alright, so all I'm trying to say is there's no structure. He is doing time pass. He's my uncle, so I can't get rid of him. Yeah? So because a conversation doesn't have a structure, an opening, a body, a conclusion. Yes? It's very simple. You get that framework. You get that framework, right? And then you can refine it. My mentor, some of you may have met him, distinguished Toastmaster Rama. He said, freeze the opening, freeze the conclusion. In the body, you can waver a little. Okay? So we saw for the opening, body, conclusion. How would you like the opening of a speech to be? How would you start the speech?
Engage.
Questions. You engage the audience by throwing questions at them and you involve them into your speech. Now even if you don't like to speak to me, by me asking you questions, you will automatically, okay, she's asking us something, let's just answer. Right? So I'm involving you. What are the other ways?
The interesting story.
An interesting story, an anecdote. We don't have time. Most of the speeches in Toastmasters are 5 to 7 minutes. And even in a technical longer presentation, an anecdote, a small story, like how Sir mentioned, so many small stories, anecdotes. Yes?
Throw in a very contradictory statement.
Yeah, maybe something contradictory, something startling, a statistic, or a quotation. You can do all of this to capture the interest of the audience and ensure that they're hooked to the rest of your speech. Okay? Now, for example, Anirudh started about dreams and all of that. So that's the way he captured the interest of the audience. Within the first 30 seconds of your speech, your audience decides whether they want to listen to you or not. Okay? So you have to ensure that they're hooked to your speech. In a Toastmaster setting, how many of you have watched Mohammad Khatami's speech? Mohammad Khatami, 2015 World Champion of Public Speaking. Yeah, see, I didn't even have to elaborate. She already said secret. Because within the first 30 seconds, he used a prop, a visual exhibit, which is a cigarette. Even your PowerPoint presentations, they are visual exhibits. You use them as props. It complements what you're saying. You shouldn't be complimenting that. That should be complimenting you. Right? You are not supporting the visual aid. The visual aid is supporting your message. You are the hero. Okay? So this was about, you could use visual aid. In a Toastmaster setting, you can do all that cigarette and singing, dancing and all of that. Please do not try this in your technical presentations. Yes? So this was about the opening. Then we progress towards the body of your speech. So most of the speeches in Toastmasters are between 5 and 7 minutes. So how many points do you think can be accommodated in the body of your speech? Hey, it's okay, you tell. Yeah, he's raising his hand.
Probably 2 to 3, and
Two.
those 2 to 3 should also be explained in a manner that gives the attention of the audience.
You speak the first one. 2 to 3 also should.
2 to 3 points, and those 2 to 3 points also should gauge the attention of the audience.
Okay, 2 to 3 points and make it interesting for the audience. Any other answers?
What was the question, sir?
Okay, see, most of the speeches in Toastmasters are between 5 and 7 minutes.
Yes.
We saw the opening. In the body, how many points do you think can be covered in the body of your speech?
Like points, you mean sentences?
Like stories, like 3 small anecdotes. Or like how many points? Like you talk about ill effects of smoking. So how many points will you accommodate?
Just 1 point.
1 point. Okay, you can have one story.
Yeah.
Like Anirudh had one story today. Or you could have maximum of 3 anecdotes or 3 points. It is recommended not to have more than 3. Why? You'll say, you know what, I did so much research in your technical presentations at office. I would have done so much research, sleepless nights. I have 20 points. Now this lady is asking me to limit only to 3. Why?
Most people lose the attention.
Lose attention.
Because this is the main part of the speech, is the body.
Yeah.
So if the body of the speech is not presented properly or like exceeds, so then the body and attention will also automatically fade away, because the attention limit of the audience is also
Yep.
minimum.
Pretty much what Zen sir said, attention span. Okay? And of course time constraints, it's a given. It's a sin to exceed time. Alright? What I'm trying to say is 3 points or one main story, like Caroline mentioned, because it overwhelms the audience. It taxes the audience. I want to remember, but I cannot remember. I'm a human being. 20 points. Now, what is this? 3 points. And 3 points, and there's a power in 3. 3 is very attractive. There's a rule of 3. 3 is attractive. Okay? Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. There's a power in 3, the number 3. So therefore, use it to your advantage. He came, he saw, he conquered. Yes? So there's a power in 3. 3 stories, again 3 stories or 3 points that are connected to each other, which brings your message to life. Know your message, topic to life. All 3 should be connected. One can't be about exam phobia, one can't be about smoking, one can't be about physical fitness. All 3 have to be connected, and you can substantiate it using examples, facts and figures, stories, anecdotes, personal stories. You can bring it to life. Or you could have one main story, just one. Like I spoke about how the KRS dam was built. It was just one story. And you know also had just one story. Okay? Opening, body. Then you progress towards the conclusion. Now, how would you like the conclusion of any speech to be? Or a presentation? How should it be?
Something which should be a good takeaway for the audience.
Takeaway?
Summarize the
Reiterate the main points. Any other answers? See, sometimes it depends on the speech. Different speeches, different approaches. Like sometimes you try to build suspense. So you reveal the message towards the end.
open-ended question.
You can ask an open-ended question which provokes the audience to think. It's a very nice answer that you give. See, once, and this was in Garden City, and I delivered a speech on you need to save water. I ended with that. I ended with on a very thought-provoking. Imagine a day will come, you will have 5 crores in your bank account, but your child does not have a glass of water to drink. How will you feel? I asked them a question, I did not want, these are rhetorical questions. I do not want an answer, I'm just provoking you to think. Yes? So, again, like if somebody is a chain smoker, you know what will happen if you don't quit smoking? Just look at your daughter. You want her to face the repercussion, and that's it. You want her. You do what you want. You want to quit smoking, you want to die, do what you want. Yes, I'm just provoking you to think. Okay, I'm reiterating, summarizing, takeaway. Okay, so we've all watched movies in the theatres. Jitendra sir, you also watch? Okay. In one session, okay, around 10 people raised. We've never watched movies in theatres. They were just pulling, they were hostile to me. I still won them over. Alright. So right after watching the movie, we walk out of the theatre. What do you remember the best about the movie? The climax. Okay. Now why do we remember the climax so distinctly? And why do we remember it so well?
It was probably different something.
It was a resolution, no? It was some resolution. Everything it was connected towards the end. Okay. what comes in the mind, what comes in the last is what lasts in the mind. Like suppose we all go out for tea after the meeting and we all start fighting. God forbid this shouldn't happen. But I'm just saying, what will you remember? The good time we had in the meeting room or the fight?
Right.
Obviously the fight. Because what comes in the end is what lasts in the minds of the audience. Okay, so make it power packed, make it emphatic. Okay, it should land well. Sometimes people like me who speak really fast, we just land it off. The punch is lost. But that's what the audience wants. Hey, she started so well, look at the way she completed. Right? So please make it emphatic, power packed. Your key statement should be a one-line message. Otherwise, it gets lost, it gets confusing for the audience. Like, have any of you watched Dhananjay's speech? No, sir?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dhananjay.
Yeah.
Yes. So what is the message of his speech? I see something in you. So this was delivered way back in 2013. We still remember that message. I don't remember other things. Why? I remember even the rose. Do you remember the rose? See, because these are visual exhibits, they catch the attention of the audience. Very eye-catching. You remember that? A picture paints 1,000 words. Okay? And therefore, that one-line statement I remember. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember that statement. Okay? So, this is how you capture the interest of the audience, keep them hooked, and have a structure. Quickly, we'll recap. What is the first thing that we will do when we are asked to present?
Know
Know
your
your
audience.
audience. Then next, hey, Karan is looking into his notes. Karan is looking into his notes. Know your audience. Then,
Know your topic.
know your topic.
Structure.
Oh, now he's giving quickly, he's not looking into it. Structure. And what does structure entail? Opening, body,
Conclusion.
Sir, you missed one step, sir. Hey, we'll quickly recap again. What is the first step? Know your audience. Second,
Know your
topic.
Then,
structure.
structure. Structure is
Opening,
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 body,
body,
conclusion.
conclusion.
Okay, this is about the scripting of a speech. Now, is a speech only about the scripting?
No.
Then what else is it about? Body language and
Delivering it. Voice.
today, delivering. So delivery entails two components. One is the body language and the second is the voice modulation. And this is precisely the criteria on which Anirudh's speech is going to be evaluated today. Okay, so three components. One is the scripting, second is voice modulation, and third is body language. These are the three components or the building blocks of a speech. Okay, now voice modulation is a lot of fun. Please be involved in this. Okay, now I'm an engineer and I like to make life very easy for myself. Okay, like you, I was also forced. Okay, so I've coined an acronym for voice modulation. I like to make life easy for myself. So I remember things in the form of acronyms. Easy, no? So the acronym that I coined is VP3. VP3. Yeah. V is the volume. How high I speak, how low I speak. I need a volume difference. Anirudh? No, you please. Okay, he's a champion, so I like to pull your leg. Okay. Now, if I say, hey Anirudh, where have you been? What is this? I'm just questioning. Hey Anirudh, where? Hey Anirudh, where have you been? Okay. Hey Anirudh, where have you been? What was the second one? Either his mother, girlfriend, somebody, manager, somebody is screaming. Somebody is screaming it. Okay. Somebody is screaming. Correct, no, angry. Hey Anirudh, where have you been? Correct, no. And the third one is, hey Anirudh, where have you been? He's bumped a class, he's come back, his friends asking, where have you been? See, in all three cases, what remained the same? The words remained the same. Hey Anirudh, where have you been? I just played with the volume. Just by playing with the volume, what did I do? I conveyed an entirely different meaning. Yes? Yes, sir.
Yeah, so one thing I also would like to say is that like what you mentioned about the way we cook and all that. So it's like so once what happened, so in my office, so somebody told me the meeting is at 5:30 p.m. I said okay fine. Again I tried the meeting at 5:30 p.m. I realized he's asking me the meeting is at 5:30 p.m. So I have first of all see no, I'm asking for telling. So there are two points of thing. The meeting is at 5:30 p.m. No, the meeting is at 5:30 p.m. So that's what I just want to say.
Yes. So by changing the volume, you convey an entirely different meaning, right? Like Karan's colleague, plus what we did with Anil. Yes? Correct? So in one session, somebody told me, this is a corporate, and somebody told me, madam, irrespective of whether my wife is in a good mood or the bad mood, the volume remains the same. I said, please don't bring me your domestic issue. I cannot solve it. I wish she screams at him, even if she is in a good mood. Okay. Yes, so this was volume. No doubts as far as volume is concerned, right? So based on different situations in your speech, you need to employ either high volume or low volume. So if you want a football match, your volume is going to be high. No, right? We won! So you can't talk like that in a funeral or a church, okay? You can't, or an examination hall. You can't talk like that. So this is about volume. And if somebody is really far, you got to, your volume is going to be high. If somebody is standing, you don't have to scream. What's wrong with you? Yes, this is about volume. P3, the first 3P is the pitch. What is pitch? Pitch is, now Anirudh, he had characters, Uma ma'am, right? Now Uma ma'am, he had to speak like a lady, like Uma ma'am. Uma ma'am cannot speak like Anirudh or Jack, right? So what did he do? He spoke like a lady. Now if he had a small 5-year-old girl's character in his speech, he needs to speak like a 5-year-old girl. Otherwise, it won't sound authentic. There won't be demarcation between the characters of the speech. Now for example, we turn off all the lights and we are playing an audio at a particular volume. The volume is the same. Can you decipher between Shah Rukh Khan's voice and Amitabh Bachchan's voice?
Yes.
Yes. How? The volume is the same? Based on the pitch. So you have two daughters, Shruti and Shrestha. Both are speaking in the same volume, but you don't know this is Shruti, this is Shrestha. Now people like me have a distinctive voice, anybody can make one. But otherwise, you know, you still know this is Shruti, this is Shrestha. Based on the pitch. So this is pitch. So in your speeches, please make your speeches conversational in style and not narratory. What is narratory? Right? He could have easily said, Uma ma'am called me. Instead of that, what did he do? He placed instead of saying my physics teacher called me, he said Uma ma'am. He gave that character a name. He painted a picture. Yes, he strengthened that character by giving her a name, Uma ma'am. He strengthened it further by giving it a feminine voice. If he had said Uma ma'am called me and she put me on the project, it would have just been narrating. But he made it conversational. So he placed characters and he had dialogues between the characters, which made the speech more natural and authentic. Yes, and also it's more appealing, right? So if my father said, my father asked me to get him a glass of water. Hey Sonal, get me a glass of water. Wasn't the second more appealing visually? So therefore, please make your speech conversational in style, have characters, have dialogues between characters. It brings your speech to life. It paints a more authentic picture. So we saw the volume, we saw the pitch. This P3, right? The second P is pace. P-A-C-E, pace. What is pace?
Speed.
The speed. Look, what kind of basic questions she is asking us. How fast you speak, how slow you speak. People like Karan and me, we speak really fast. That's our inherent style. We can't do anything. We can deliberately go slow, but that's our style. Okay? So now, for example, any Usain Bolt fans in the house? Usain Bolt. Zain knows him, but not a fan. Okay, whatever. You are not a fan? Okay, now you are asking me, so I'll become it. Yes, okay?
I've seen him then.
You've seen him and he's alright. Okay, whether we like him, okay. He's the fastest man on the planet. And that's an undisputable fact. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if I were the commentator for Usain Bolt running the fastest race of his life, ladies and gentlemen, here I am watching Usain Bolt run the fastest race of his life. Does it sound natural and sincere? No, why? I spoke in English. Why?
Because it's very slow.
It's very slow. Ladies and gentlemen, here I am watching Usain Bolt run the fastest race of his life. Yes? Okay, this is the fastest I can be. Want it? Okay? Okay. Anirudh is giving me a stamp of approval. Yes? See, what I'm saying needs to be in common with what I'm saying. So in one session, somebody told me, Madam Ravi Shastri's voice and tone is so invigorating that even the lousiest of cricket batsmen will aim for a 6. It's invigorating, right? It's invigorating. And I haven't seen this, but somebody from Chennai told me that there's a air show that happens in Marina Beach. Yes, have some of you watching. I believe that they employ a lot of voice modulation to build that excitement and momentum. Yes, you've seen it happens in shows, in competitions. So this is about pace. So suppose somebody's, I hope nobody is met with an accident, or somebody meets with an accident, say, hey, please call the ambulance. No, there needs to be a sense of urgency. If you're a good student and you just realize you don't have a pen, you have an examination in the next 2 minutes, there's going to be a sense of urgency. Otherwise, it's okay, you're a dumb student, you never take anything seriously. There's going to be a sense of urgency. Get it? You need to pace it up. Again, maybe somebody's lost their husband. You can't go and say your husband died. You have to pace it down. So based on various situations of speech, either you pace it up or you pace it down. In your technical presentations, when you're using technical jargon, you're using foreign language, numericals, please go slow. Let the audience catch what you're saying. You get it? Let the audience, let it settle in the minds and the ears of the audience. So go slow. Otherwise, you can pace it up. This was about pace. Pitch, pace, and the last P is pause. Pause. When do we use pause in our day-to-day lives? When do we pause?
When we think.
When we think, okay, you provoke the audience to think and you pause. Like for example, I was the president of 2 clubs. So I asked somebody, like, please introduce yourself. They're still introducing, I've gone to the next person, which is very disrespectful. But I was doing it very unconsciously. I need to pause. Right? I need to pause. If I've asked you a question, I need to pause. Even in your evaluations, you know, when somebody is, you are, as a speaker, I'll ask questions, but I'm not pausing for the answer. So I need to pause. Where else do I use pauses?
So let the message sink in.
There's the message thing. So you're delivering a key message, even in your technical presentations. Okay? Before the key message, pause. You're intimating the audience that something important is coming. Then very, very smoothly, you deliver that message. It emphasizes that message. Then again you pause. Allow that message to sink in. Okay? And this is why going to your first step, know your audience is very important. Okay? When you are getting that desired outcome, pause a little more. They are still thinking. Your CEO might be like, hey, this is a new perspective. All of us have perspectives. Hey, this is a new perspective. I didn't think about it. He's still thinking. He's still thinking. You're not pausing. So you're breaking that train of thought. Today, Anirudh's speech, I wanted to laugh. But before I could laugh, he's already gone to the next sentence. Because he did not place a deliberate strategic pause. I'm still in that old line wanting to laugh, but he's gone to the next point. So your boss is still thinking. See, Toastmasters, this is a learning platform, it's okay. He's still thinking, hey, yeah, correct, no, why should I allocate money? You've gone to the next point, you're breaking his train of thought. That's why it's important. Sometimes you cracked a joke, your audience has not laughed. Then please move on, don't pause. That's why know your audience. Audience awareness is important. This is about pause. Pause is also used to build suspense or intrigue. Hey, you know what happened while coming? You know what happened? Now everybody wants to know what happened. Right? You know how much that man paid? You know how much? Now everybody wants to know how much he paid. Correct? You're building that suspense. There also you pause. You know how much he paid? 5 crores. That suspense is gone because I did not pause. Strategic pause. Now people again like Karan, me and others who speak fast, we also need to breathe. So we need to pause. We need to pause. Otherwise, we lose, like how I spoke like you said, what? I've lost my audience. Pauses dramatically enhance the quality of your presentations. That being said, please don't pause for so long that people thought you forgot your speech. Simply if you keep pausing, oh, she's forgotten, she's trying to remember. This was about voice modulation. Quickly, what is the acronym for voice modulation?
VP3.
Okay, thank God. V is
Voice.
volume. You said voice, sir. You press
Volume.
volume. If you forget, please remember Anirudh, 3 statements. Yes? Okay, volume. P is
Pitch.
pitch.
Pace.
Pace.
Pause.
Pause. Pause. Okay, so this is about voice. We saw the scripting, we saw the voice modulation. Now the final component is the body language. What is this? Form. Karan is like, what kind of question is asking? This up, get lost. No, we're polite people. Yes. Now see, I didn't utter a single word. I did not utter a single word. Yet I was able to convey what I wanted to. How? My body spoke. It is, you can be grateful to somebody without uttering a single word. You can offend somebody without uttering a single word. Now, after going from this meeting, Anirudh, it was a very nice poster you made for me. Does that sound genuine? Was that sweet or rude?
It was more of
Sarcastic.
Sarcasm. Rude. Okay, sarcasm. But my words are polite. Anirudh, it was such a nice poster you made for me. My words are polite. But what overpowered my words? My body gestures. It was so nice. Right? My words are polite. But my gestures are. All the best for your contest, huh? If I say that. If you just look at the words, they're very polite. I'm wishing him the best. But what overpowered my words were my body gestures. Was my body language. Because 55% of your communication happens through your body. So there needs to be a congruence or a synchronization between what you're saying and your body gestures. Both need to complement one another. Okay? Hey, all the best. That's more genuine. Correct? So in one speech I saw, and that boy said, and you know what? He met with an accident and he died. I said, you're happy or what? You're happy or what? Because there's no synchronization. Unless you're genuinely happy with him. Okay? There needs to be a synchronization, a matching between what you're saying. You have another speech. It was in my division contest last year, Division B. And the test speaker said, I was so nervous, you know, my heart was beating loved up. I said that it didn't look like that you were nervous or frightful. It didn't look like that. Okay? Because the facial gestures were not matching the body. The facial gestures were not matching the words. They both need to be complementing one another. Now, do you have some people in your edge? When you're trying to have some serious conversation with them, they are playing with their hair like this, playing with a keychain, blowing a bubble gum, yeah? You have such people? Yes? And when you're trying to have a serious conversation with them and they're doing all of this, how does it feel?
It's not paying attention to me.
Yeah, it's so it's irritating, sir. It's irritating. Like something they're doing. Now, I'm an engineer, I love saying this, okay? And I studied in a good college, don't ask me which college. My college demanded 90% attendance, okay? And we used to have this period after lunch, okay? Even one old professor, short, frail, very feeble voice, very respectable professor. So it was like probably 5 times this hall and a very big podium. He would stand like this in one corner. His periods were always after lunch, okay? And he would deliver lecture for 1 hour. 90% attendance we can't come. He's a respectable man, we can't sleep. Period after lunch break. Like this, he used to stand like this and deliver lecture for 1 hour. Did you all have such professors? Anirudh, I don't know what to make out of it. Was Uma ma'am like that? No. She was nice, huh? That's good. Usually such people only become explicit. But did you all have professors like that? Yes, and how did it feel to sit through those classes?
sleeping.
Torture, no? Sleeping, he can't sleep. So we genuinely liked him. It was torture, yeah? It was torture, 90% of what is torture. Right? Too much body language like our friends. Not desirable. No body language like my professor and your professors. Again, not desirable. Now what to do? What to do?
Balance.
You need to strike the right balance. Right? Too much body language is undesirable. No body language is undesirable. You need to strike the right balance. Now, how do you strike the right balance? It's easier said than done. But how do we strike the right balance? By internalizing your speech and not memorizing your speech. Okay? When you practice too much, you look robotic. It looks elocution. My mom used to beat me and make me learn something when I was in school. Some elocutions now we used to have. You have to mug up. And these big Rabindranath Tagore, William Wordsworth, something. And God, we used to mug it up. And God forbid if you forget one word, gone. And you start crying, you run away. I studied in a very prestigious school and it was so embarrassing. Now, do you know what all of you have delivered your icebreakers? Caroline, you delivered your icebreaker? Not really. You know what an icebreaker is?
Yes, sir.
Where you introduce yourself to the club. 4 to 6 minutes. Is that a big deal? You have to introduce yourself. If you give me an opportunity, I can talk about myself for 2 days without stopping. Okay? Is that a big deal? Coming here and introducing yourself. Karan is like, no, not at all. Yes, not at all. Is it big? I'm Sonal, I'm a Kannadiga, I was born here in Bangalore, I went to Sophia High School, I went to Bishop College. Is that a big deal? No. Can you believe it? People forget their icebreakers. Not your spouse, not your parents, not your girlfriend, whatever. Children know the story of your life better than you. And you've forgotten it. Why? Is it so difficult? I passed out from IIT Madras in 1996. Is that such a big deal? No. Why did you forget your icebreaker? Because you have memorized your own speech. You memorized the story of your life and you forgot it. Because you memorized it. But if you're just informally saying, I lived in Madhya Pradesh, I passed out from IIT Ahmedabad. Yes, is that a big deal? No, it's not a big deal. Suddenly when you memorize and you put on stage, you forget everything. Therefore, please internalize your speech and not memorize your speech. Freeze your opening, freeze your conclusion, body 3 points or one story. It's not a big deal at all. Please internalize. Okay? Point number 1, this, I'm going to say this. Remember the key words. And then speak about it in your own words. You don't have to memorize it. Point number 2, point number 3. Then give it a cursory glance and come on stage and talk about it. Not a big deal at all. Not at all a big deal. I don't know what the big deal is about. Yes? But if you're quoting somebody, Thomas Alva Edison, Abraham, please memorize them. You cannot quote somebody wrong. Technical jargon, numericals, please quote that. Okay? Don't get that wrong. Or if you forget, you can say to paraphrase Thomas Alva Edison and then you can say, but don't quote them. This was about body language. Also in your technical presentation, have you seen some people, they're just moving on stage from this corner to that corner, simply. Is it distracting?
Yes.
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 Also, people forget when you move too much, it not only you lose energy, plus the words get lost in the movement because you're moving. Please move with purpose, deliberate, intentional movements. Okay, I was born in Bangalore, I live in Delhi, I moved to the US. Middle school, high school, college. Move with purpose, craft your stage. Okay, I've also seen people in their speeches, this is their house and this is their college. After 2 minutes, this is their house and this is their college. Please keep that orientation in place. Please anchor it in our minds. If you yourself are confused, we are going to be all the more confused. Please keep that orientation. Please craft your stage properly. Okay? And we have deliberate movements. This was about body language. And also please take care of minor things. Like for example, if I want to point at Isha, a respectful, dignified person would do this. Isha, what do you want to say? A person who is not aware, they don't mean to offend Isha, but they are not aware. They will do this. This is very impolite. They may not know. So please extend your hand like this. Please show this side of your hand, not this side of your hand. This is more inviting. Okay? Caroline, you. This is more respectful. And also some people do this, some boys put their hands in the pocket, do this. And there's a very thin line that demarcates confidence from overconfidence. Sometimes just to boost yourself up, people are very emphatic, they scream. And that can be so jarring for members in the audience. That can actually trickle the ego of your bosses. Don't do that. Again, don't be underconfident. Yes, so there's a fine balance that you have to strike. This was about body language. Now you put the scripting, you put the voice modulation, you put the body language, and you have a brilliant performance. Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Yes, Karen.
Actually, this is a wonderful session, but I want to know how to get rid of the crowd fear or the stage fear.
Crowd fear. And that comes only with practice. Okay, that comes with only practice. And you will have to take up every opportunity that you get to speak. And otherwise also, please psych yourself up. More often than not, what I've seen is, we think the audience is against us.
Yeah.
Okay, we think the audience. No, go with the friendly demeanor. It's okay. It's okay if they're hostile towards us or they're not responding. Don't do. there will be someone in the audience who's like, yes, yes, yes. They will be rooting for you. So look at like how Zaid is continuously doing. So there will be some people in the audience. So there will be a few friendly people in the audience. So you cater to them and it comes with practice.
And also, this is such a long session. How do you remember it so well?
Okay, this is like I think the 200th time I'm doing it. So it's come out of a lot of practice. But also, you know, see some sessions. There was one session, the similar session I conducted it in an Italian club. And there was a man who attacked me. So you'll have to overcome that. You'll have to overcome. Yeah, he attacked me. Yeah. Attack me is not physically attacked. He verbally attacked me. Yeah. But I also didn't let go. I'm a very confident person. I said, if you don't want, you can please get up and go. If you're not interested and if you don't think I'm adding value and it's a waste of time, you can leave. I'm catering to the ones who want to listen to me. See, everyone has a speech, everyone has a message. Okay. But if you don't want to receive it, please you can leave. Yeah. Any other question?
The other thing is, I'm so sorry to be asking.
No, you have to ask questions. This session is about educating and asking questions.
You know, it's a very different experience when you're behind a microphone and you're talking because your own echo distracts
Yeah.
you. So how do we?
That is something that I cannot talk about because I don't share a very good relationship with the mic. And usually up to area contest, I'm like easily winning it. When it comes to division contest, it's a little difficult for me to go to the district. Not because my content is not good, but because my mic is giving away. So usually I face a lot of mic issues. I don't know how to use the mic. Sometimes it's coming a little too loudly. I'm keeping it too close. I already have a loud voice. Plus the microphone enhances it. So it's sounding too jarring for the audience. So it's an art.
So do you think it's a good practice to use a microphone in the Toastmasters club?
So please get the hang of it. Wherever you can use a mic. And again, this is a training platform. Toastmasters is a training platform. You have to learn how to utilize things, tools, not just a microphone, so that in the real world you don't make these mistakes. Yeah. So please use it. Yeah, if you have a mic, please use it. Now somebody has a feeble voice, they will use a mic. Somebody like me who has a loud voice, I may not want to use the mic. For me, I dread using it. It's an art. Learning to use a mic is an art. So a person like me who has a loud voice, somebody told me this, you have to keep it a little lower. A person with a feeble voice can keep it a little higher. Because whatever you say is going to be amplified. Any other questions? No? Okay, so you put all these three ingredients and you have a brilliant performance. And with that, I wish each one of you all the very best. But before that, I want to leave you on one party note, especially for Anirudh, because one of my mentors, he's trained champions, even the world champions. And he always tells me this before I go for a contest, and I want to leave that behind with you. He said, every time you go on stage, please psych yourself up. Okay, it's very cerebral, Caroline, because you asked. It's very cerebral. It's a mindset, okay? You have to psych yourself up to believe you are the best in the world. You may not have the best vocabulary. You may not be the best dressed. You might have people up there who have these fancy degrees from IITs, IIMs, Harvard, Stanford, whatever. They might be there. But you should not lose confidence in yourself. You respect them, you have whatever reverence for their qualification and credentials. That being said, you should believe you are the best. You should believe it. Okay? Sometimes when you see a speaker line up, you will get debilitated. You will lose confidence. But you should believe you are the best. So psych yourself up to believe you are the best. Okay? And you go on stage, and when you are on stage, please go and own the stage. Believe that you are the best in the world. Okay? And once you are off stage, please just mingle with the crowd, just blend into the crowd. You are no longer the best. But every time you take to the stage, you may have a mother tongue influence, you may have whatever, you have to believe you are the best. And I said, sir, look at the speaker lineup, sir. How can I believe I'm the best? Because in Chennai, I sometimes compete, and these guys have 10 times district champion, and it is so demoralizing. He said, unless you believe you are the best, it starts with you. You cannot expect anybody else to believe in you. Put your best foot forward, and it's a mental game. Okay? And it's not from a place of arrogance, it's from a place of self-assurance. So please believe you are the best, and then others will also believe you are the best. So please believe you are already the humanist champion on it. Yes? On that note, I wish each one of you all the best, and I hand it back over to the Toastmasters.